Free education. A complete DAV solution.
Welcome all. Today we will discuss Class 8 History. Chapter 14 The Nationalist Movement 1870 to 1947. वीडियो शुरू करने से पहले अगर आपने अभी तक मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो जरूर कर ले और कमेंट में लिखकर जरूर बताएं कि आपको यह वीडियो कैसी लगी। तो चलिए वीडियो को शुरू करते हैं। Let's start. First we will do something to know. Question A. Take the correct option. 1. Montagu Chelmsford reforms introduced the system of dual government. B. A strong central government. C. Autonomy to the provinces of British India. D. Separate electorate for the Muslims. Answer. The system of dual government. 2. Gandhiji started the historic Dandi March from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi on A. March 12, 1930. B. February 12, 1930. C. March 13, 1930. D. April 13, 1930. Answer A. March 12, 1930. 3. What was the British motive behind the partition of Bengal in July 1905? A. It was difficult to govern such a big province. B. It was difficult to collect revenue in a large state like Bengal. C. The Britishers wanted to weaken the Hindi-Muslim unity. D. The Britishers wanted to win over the Muslims. Answer C. The Britishers wanted to weaken the Hindi-Muslim unity. 4. Who amongst the following was not a moderate? A. W. C. Banerjee. B. Firoz Shah Mehta. C. Gopal Krishan Gokhale. D. Lala Lajpat Rai. Answer D. Lala Lajpat Rai. 5. The slogan, "Do or Die," was given during the A. Non-cooperation movement. B. Quit India movement. C. Civil disobedience movement. D. Peasant and workers movement. Answer B. Quit India movement. Next question is B. Fill in the blanks. 1. The rule of East India Company ended on November 1, 1858. 2. Indian National Army was organized by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. 3. Early phase of Congress was under moderates leaders. 4. Home Rule League was started by Annie Besant in Madras. 5. Rollout Act empowered the British to put people in jail without trial. Next we will do question C. Match the following. 1. Formation of Indian National Congress. D. 1885. 2. Molly Minto reforms. A. 1909. 3. Formation of 00 Muslim League at 1906. 4. Montagu Chelmsford reforms. B. 1919. 5. Simon Commission to India. C. 1927. Next we will discuss question D. Answer the following questions in brief. 1. Mention the main demands of the radical group of the Congress. Answer. The main demands were A. To drive away the Britishers as soon as possible. B. To believe in actions, protests, hartals and slogans. C. To propagate Indian culture and Hinduism. 2. State the major achievement of Lucknow Pact of 1916. Answer. In 1916, the moderates and radicals reunited to strengthen the national movement after 9 years and signed the pact with the Muslim League. 3. Describe the contribution of Subhash Chandra Bose in the freedom struggle of India. Answer. Subhash Chandra Bose was a well-known figure during the freedom struggle. He was ready to join hands with enemies of the British, Germany and Japan, to get the British out of India. His popular slogan, "You give me blood and I will give you freedom." He organized Indian National Army (INA) to overthrow the British from India. 4. List the main features of the Lahore session of Congress in 1929. Answer. Features of Lahore session of Congress 1929. A. Jawaharlal Nehru was the president of the session. B. The resolution of complete independence or Purna Swaraj was passed. C. 26 January 1930 was decided to be celebrated the first Independence Day of India. 5. Explain any three main provisions of the Government of India Act, 1935. Answer. The three-man provision of the Government of India Act, 1935 are: the head of the central administration was the Governor-General. He continued to have the supreme power. The centre continued to control defence, external affairs and railways. A federal court was established for provinces and princely states. Next we will going to discuss and answer the following questions. 1. Who were the moderates? What were their main demands? Answer. Moderates were the leaders who had a complete faith on the British government. They fought for independence with non-violence and believed more in ideals than action. Demands. A. They demanded the highest position for the Indians in the government administration. B. They wanted to hold the civil service examination. C. They demanded government encouragement for the Indian small-scale industries and handicrafts. D. They protested and asked for the end of exploitation by the company. 2. Describe the role played by any two mass movements toward intensifying the struggle for freedom. Answer. Non-cooperation movement. It was a mass movement initiated by Gandhiji in December 1920 to make the India British free. According to him, only a non-cooperation from each and every field can make the British weaken and collapse their rule. Without a single discrimination, Hindu, Muslim, peasants, traders, students, women had joined this revolt. Civil disobedience movement. The movement was initiated by Gandhiji on the 10th of March 1930 after his journey started towards Dandi with 78 followers to break the salt law. After this non-cooperation, all Indians started their own movement by their own and boycotted many things initiated by the British. 3. Why did Gandhiji give a call to start non-cooperation movement? Which activities gave momentum to this movement? Answer. Gandhiji gave a call to start non-cooperation movement because according to him only a non-cooperation can collapse the rule of British government, and by boycotting the products of British company can only make the Indian industries and cultural developed. Boycotting of the schools and colleges set up by the British government, boycotting legislature, burning of the foreign products, strikes, hartals gave momentum to the movement. 4. Describe two main features of each of Molly Minto reforms of 1909 and Government of India Act of 1919 as well as 1935. Answer. Molly Minto Reforms Act 1909A. This act introduced separate electorate for the Muslims. B. It put some changes in the size and functions of the Council of Central and Provinces. Government of India Act 1919A. The Act has introduced central legislature bicameral. B. It has introduced public service examination of India. B. Quit India movement was the last blow to the British rule in India. Give arguments in support of the statement. Answer. Quit India movement was the last blow to the British rule because it was a civil disobedience movement and a mass revolt burst out against the British. Gandhiji called for immediate independence and it was a do-or-die situation. After this revolt, British government bound to leave the country. The British tried to repress these developments severely. About 90,000 people were arrested and 1,000 were killed in police firing. But the movement did not go in vain. It brought freedom very close. Next we will discuss value-based question. Ever since the freedom struggle under the British in India, there had been constant disagreements between the ways of the moderates, the extremists and various reactionary leaders, such as Gandhiji, Chandrasekhar Azad, Subhash Chandra Bose and Jawaharlal Nehru. All of them contributed to the freedom struggle in their own ways. 1. Whose way, do you feel, was more effective and why? Answer. In my opinion, the way of extremists to demand freedom from the British rule was more effective. The moderates adopted moderate ways to pursue their goals, but the British did not give up committing activities on Indians. They did not understand the language of moderation. But when extremists started protests, strikes and raising slogans against them, the Britishers got disturbed and decided to leave India. Though there were some other reasons also. 2. Keeping in mind the present-day problems of our country, what should be the role of citizens? Answer. Today people start protests on some issues or other and damage public property. As a citizens of India, they should not adopt such ways. After all, such people harm their own motherland. They should adopt moderate way to get something done by the government.